This
Danny
shit
from the stop goes off. This is 50 minutes ago. I'm gonna take mark.
Who's
this
that?
area. Mark this area. This is 50 minutes ago. Let's hear it. How long is it?
9 minutes.
9 minutes. Yeah, let's watch.
Wait, should we do this now?
Yeah, like
Yeah, let's do it
should we
now.
do
I'll
this
pull it
now?
out the episode.
Alright.
This is not going to be an episode. None of this talking right here.
I don't even know if I want to hear this nigga right now, dog.
How long is this?
9 minutes.
Comment on this YouTube channel, Two Clean Johns. Whoever you are, you have been secretly dominating uploading Twitter Spaces. I got his
You
subscriber.
famous now, nigga. You turn the nigga into Chick Smooth.
Yeah, I just don't. I think they've been calling me a snake for a long time. Specifically, Jay Nobles and Tone Groove, and it's like, man, why are they feeding into that narrative? I get it, this position that I be snaking people, and
what do they mean by that, snake? Well, why? What they just call you snake? What do they? What is your perception on why they calling you a snake?
There's a couple of instances. There was when I hit up AJ and told him Rory was talking about him. AJ kind of positioned that as I set them up on this space.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was the
That's
instance
never
where I
happened.
recorded
That's not true,
Rory.
right? That's not true.
And
Oh, no, I just said that.
put it on here on YouTube and the Discord. That was wrong, but that had nothing to do with them. The Rory AJ thing, I don't know. That was kind of awkward because I felt like that was a good look for them. But
Weren't they?
yeah,
Weren't they kind of mad at the situation with you, Flacco, and AJ pushing the show to Adam?
yeah, they may have been mad at that as well. But
Wow. How do you feel? Like, after listening, like, how do you just feel on the inside?
I'm trying to.
Did they play on your insecurities?
I'm trying to detest.
Did they make
whether
you feel
if
like
it's
you're
just for the internet, if he actually feels this way, because it's just stupid. Like everything that he said that we were insecure about, it sounds like he's insecure about. You get what I mean?
I don't even know what the fuck just happened, honestly. Like, from the beginning, if that's what Danny thinks the problem is, the problem. I don't even like saying that.
A problem.
I just think you a weird nigga. We was cool for a stretch of time until you just started doing weird shit.
And then
it started when, who the fuck was he on Spaces with? When they were talking about where we, not where we rank, why we're here.
Rory.
He was talking to Rory, right?
Yep.
I first started looking at Danny differently when he, like, the way that he handled that conversation, it was almost like we're not here because we're good enough to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're here in spite of him.
And him being Joe.
No, in spite of Danny. Because Joe was trying to spite Danny.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So from that perspective, I understand why Danny would be butthurt. But I don't, like, this shit is just weird. You're just a weird dude. I ultimately feel like you the type of nigga, you'll say anything, you'll do anything, you'll believe anything to fill up a 12-minute YouTube video.
I will say they were
That's
like,
all this is at the end of the day, because there was a couple light jabs that he tried to throw to get us to take the bait. And I would feel, I bullied niggas for so much less, I would feel stupid
Exactly.
responding to that shit.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
get what I'm saying?
Like,
right.
He
Yeah.
I'm happy he finally stood, like, wrote a name on
He
the bullet.
finally
Yeah.
like, but he didn't even do it with no conviction. He was like, man, I don't really know why they don't like me
Nobles
anymore, but I don't think they're
proven,
good at
man.
what they're doing.
but he tried to spin
Even-
like 3 narratives within that, 4
Nigga,
narratives to
he
get
tried
to
to
make you
put.
like,
He tried to
yeah.
make a pot of gumbo.
Yeah.
And he was just like, fuck it, let's just see if it tastes good.
And then
you know
he
what
had
I
other
mean?
people chiming in and making like new narratives that kind of, a lot of these, all of them kind of came out of nowhere, honestly.
You honestly, Lauren got disrespected in there
Right.
on the back end.
Right,
Like they
yeah,
didn't even
literally.
realize
Oh, no,
how
that's
much.
fine.
They didn't even realize how much disrespect went to Lauren in
That's
that
okay.
video, and his name wasn't even mentioned.
This whole thing is very peculiar. It's very peculiar. Because I'm trying to think of what's Danny's motive, right? Like, is it to
I
be?
told you.
Is
I
is
didn't-
it
I
to just be contrarian? You know what I mean?
I didn't realize that this was going to start. I didn't realize that that's what they were going to go back to.
What
the
exactly?
The show from No Jumper. Like, I didn't even think.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
because
either.
that's
I,
like,
didn't, I forgot about that.
first of
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
when Danny presented that idea, I thought it was stupid.
You know the funny, hold on, before you say it, I know you're going to go in on that. And primarily he was talking about y'all. The funny thing about him saying that is that there were times as a group, we tried to figure out how we could help AJ make this show work and
Nigga.
have it all work with Homeroom. We've tried to
Nigga,
help
they-
AJ.
we went through
We were
all-
like, bro, this is
nigga,
how
we
you
got-
got to do it.
Nigga, we
Like,
got brainstorming sessions about y'all pawning me off to other niggas.
bro, we had brainstorming sessions about how we can make the play happen for everybody.
If I'm gonna pit my co-hosts, I'm gonna get some back end. I'm gonna get some back end, nigga.
What are we talking about?
But say we just
Siphon that
transferred.
nigga. We was literally trying to hold you out. Like, damn, like, nigga, this shit could work, nigga.
I'm
But
about to say,
we
yeah,
went
Flacco,
through
Danny.
all phases
It's crazy.
into inevitably that damn, I don't know if it was shampoo.
It was Shammy
But for
and
all, damn, I don't know who said it though.
the F and F niggas.
I don't know who said this though, but he
who
was
said it.
like, and this was a good point. He was like, I mean, why would he just give the business to the white man? It was a couple points that were like,
Oh, I can speak to that real quick because that was such a mute point.
That was so yeah.
Why would I go work for Adam when I went so hard on 𝙿𝙾𝚳𝚃? The reason I went so hard on 𝙿𝙾𝚃 is because 𝙿𝙾𝚃 was avid about not
Correct.
working for a white man, which was Adam 22, and was actually using that as his main talking point for when he went to interview with AD and T-Rail to talk down to them and say, you're employees of a white man,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna build this myself.
Right.
So that's why I went so hard on him, because that same person who had that, you were working for a white man, you niggas
Yup.
ain't shit,
Yup.
started working from them. So that's why I never said that. I never said that about Adam. In
it's-
terms of like, I never looked down on AD or T-Rail or that was
Correct.
never my position.
It was specific to
I'm
𝙿𝙾𝚃.
going in on his hypocritical nature. That's
and
what.
then
That's
at
why.
the same time,
Okay,
it's
okay,
so
go ahead,
it's so disrespectful because it's like, Danny, you need somebody. Like AJ, you could be all right by yourself.
Yeah.
Danny needs somebody.
Now-
And if you listen to that podcast where he just says, yeah, the sky is blue, and then Shampoo's like, oh yeah, the sky is blue, and you know, I so cracked that was blue. He's basically just pawning everything to Shampoo.
Yeah.
You don't
Nigga.
have points that niggas want to listen to. And I like how he tried to
does, though.
he tried to demean
Yeah.
what we do and what
Yeah.
we're good at.
Yeah.
Because that's our
You
that's
a
our
beta.
bread and butter.
You a beta. A man with
Yo,
breasts.
you ain't-
a man with breasts called you a
Tony,
beta.
you ain't shit because you were funny and you could tell a joke, nigga. You know that?
Yeah,
you
I
not
didn't know.
shit.
I thought niggas got paid for that shit.
You not shit.
Nah, I
Just
thought-
because you can get your point off in a
Yeah, but you have to
A
be.
laughing
But
matter.
you still
But so
have
you
to,
proving this point.
You still have to be objective about it. You can't say he doesn't have good takes or he doesn't have good.
Most of his channel is just him running ISO.
Yeah.
Who,
Most of the
Danny?
shit- yeah,
But
he's running
about
ISOs.
what? About what?
About Joe Budden content.
About Joe Budden content. You
Or
understand?
other and all.
He has to, like, do you understand that in order for him to get up and start talking on the microphone, he has
Well,
to
we're
know
talking about- we're
exactly,
talk- yeah,
he
we're
has
talking
to
about
know
two different things,
exactly
though.
how many seams are on Joe Budden's nuts.
But we're talking about two
That's a
different
different
things.
lifestyle.
You got to be objective. We're talking about two different things. One is him being a content creator, where he is just running ISO, so
Yeah.
people do care about what he has to say. Now we're talking about
About
him.
another person.
Yeah, now, but if we're talking about him and podcasting, that's something different. We're just now seeing this for the first time with
Right.
Shammy,
Mm-hmm.
and they're only 2 episodes in.
Right.
So, like, in terms of his value on a podcast, we don't
know that yet.
100% know, because
We don't
we've
know
only
that yet.
seen him in
Yeah.
ISO running content as a YouTube creator and interviews. That's it.
Right.
Nigga, we've seen enough of that podcast to know he's gonna be passing the ball.
He's
do-
a ball passer.
but we all-
Shampoo is gonna be Sean Kemp. He just gonna come through.
We do know that. That is fair, because he also said it like.
But
he
you want to know
also said
what?
it
You want to
during
know what's
that first
ironic?
episode, like,
you
I'm
want to
gonna
know?
be
You want to know
giving
what's
it up to you.
ironic? Niggas who say I don't like working with people is 2 things that could be.
Yeah.
You're insecure or you genuinely just don't like working with people.
Right.
I think it's the first with this nigga.
This just don't like.
I think it's the first with this nigga because it's not like these fucking headphones. It's not like one of those things where it's like, you know, for Danny, I feel like he doesn't like working with people because inevitably, we're gonna see his value. We're gonna see his value. It's very simple to watch a podcast, and especially something like the Joe Budden podcast, talk shit about Mel, throw like these theories out that we all do.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean? Without barely even watching it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very easy to do that. What Danny does, it's very simple. I don't want to like just disrespect it just because, you know, because of context.
Right.
But
I'll
it's
say
not
what he do.
But it's not something miraculous. He's not doing magic.
Nigga, he counts how many drops of Beijing drop from Joe Budden's beard.
It's like that's
That's a valuable way for Danny to spend his day.
That's the
Because
thing.
he could get another 15
we
minutes
got
out of
closer to Joe Budden's beard, and that's why he's mad. We actually
there's-
saw it in person.
that. Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
In spite of him, which is the problem with all of this.
Because
the thing is, Danny got insecure. Danny got insecure, and
There's
he
a
started
level of that for sure.
because we had a level of camaraderie. We was cool. I used to shout Danny out all the fucking time. Nigga. We watching this nigga's videos on our podcast and shit. That's not for nothing. We don't have to do that.
That was for
we did
ecosystem
that because we
purposes
fuck
too.
with
Yeah,
you.
we
We did that because we fuck with you. But what you do, you go on these different spaces and get with different people and just talk like niggas not cool for real. Like
that's my biggest issue.
There's a certain way, like you have to be what we do. You got to be unbiased, unless it's about 𝔓𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑.
Yeah.
And you got to be objective. Fuck. What was my point?
Lost it.
Yeah, I lost it.
It's so
Going
much.
on
Proving
space-
them right.
Going on spaces, talking to other
This is
people.
𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 shit. nigga.
This is middle school university.
This is middle school university where you forget your
It's-
take mid-take.
Yeah.
It's hard to punch back against like this nigga because he's not really standing on principles.
I got it again, but keep going.
Like I can't find his principles. What are your principles?
It's
Somebody,
not,
and then they brought up a good point where they're saying the instances that we have seen you that they've commented on, does seem like you come in and try to take people's co-host or whatever like that. So like that is something that we've seen. We've commented and we've commented on moments where we're like, I don't know if that was the most ethical thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
if you got a friend,
go ahead.
if you got a friend that you heard slid into one of your other friends' girls' DMs one time, that's crazy.
Right.
But if it's happening multiple times, you're just a bad friend.
Then I'm okay to label you that too.
You're just
Exactly.
you're a bitch fucker.
Yeah, right.
You like fucking niggas bitches.
Yeah, and it's okay that I label you that, and it's okay that you can accept that label.
Mm-hmm.
If there's 2 to 3 instances of something like that, and maybe it's not all the exact same, but they're too close.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes it's like I didn't see you steal from me, but every time you come to my house, something goes missing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 100% you, but look, nigga, it is you. You know what I'm saying?
If it's happened more than 3 times, it's actually your fault because
Right.
you know it's something.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
facts,
I remember my point from earlier. You're supposed to be fair. You're supposed to say how you really feel and what you think is really right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's up until a certain point back in the day, you couldn't just talk crazy about Danny. I wouldn't let that shit happen. Not you personally.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like, if we was having
Yeah.
a discussion with a motherfucker and he just started going crazy on Danny, even if he's right, there's only a certain level of aggression that you can like exude.
That's a whole fact.
Because I
he
fuck
doesn't
with a
have
nigga.
he doesn't have that
Exactly.
same level.
But what Danny do, he do weird like the
Yeah.
nigga's like Loki on some shit.
Yeah, no.
Not
100%.
Loki, like low key, the nigga
Yeah.
from Marvel.
But-
But
yeah.
you just a weird, scandalous ass
But-
nigga to where you won't even say nothing. It would just be your tone. Like,
But
I
how-
don't know. Maybe they're not here.
But
for
how
a
are you
reason.
supposed? Why are we surprised when this nigga is obsessed with Joe Budden of all people? Like it's so ironic.
Don't harp on that point because then you'll lose value in your whole thing that you're trying to say. So what I'll say is that I think the first time I thought things
And how
were,
so?
just because that's the first thing that most people will say anything about him. So you don't want to like if you want to cook a nigga on something, don't go to what the average person is going to cook him on.
No,
first.
I'm not. I wasn't trying to
You
cook.
teach you how to
I wasn't
chef.
trying to cook. I was
Yeah.
stating a fact.
That's true, but that's not the base of the issue with Danny. That's not the base of it.
It's just another issue.
Yeah, no, that's a point. We don't even have to. Joe Budden doesn't have to be brought up at all if it's the stop in Homeroom University.
Let
You see
him
what I'm
take his
saying?
jabs. These
You
are
know
his
what I mean?
jabs.
Look, the whole point. Danny is very strange. I'm just trying to figure out the angle at which, and like, what's
Yeah.
the purpose?
And like a few jokes were probably said in that, but I'm not even taking this from like I'm trying to cook a nigga approach.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like that's easy. That's just you just say a bunch of fucking shit.
Right.
But this is a dude that I used to think was cool.
Yeah.
And I think now that I was stupid for thinking that.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Where did I go wrong? Because it's like now, if I go back and watch a video of his from 6 months ago,
Yeah.
I knowing now, I'm gonna be like, why the fuck didn't I see this shit?
Yo.
Why the fuck didn't I see this shit?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? I
Yeah.
should have saw it coming because that's I'm good at that.
I will say this too, like, so our first interaction with Danny, we commented on his videos when he deleted that video is when he did that thing to Rory, right? Remember? And it
Yep.
was like, I was like, I just found this nigga on YouTube. He kind of backstabbed
Grimy
Rory.
shit, yeah.
And it was like, he deleted the video after like 15 minutes and then re-uploaded it with a weak ass apology. Like, that was our first thing. One of the things that I have noticed with Danny and in the conversation that we've had, the biggest issue that I've had with Danny in these last 2 weeks is that you have my number and I know you, nigga. We've had 101 conversations. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a lot of sneak dissing towards like, even if you're just sneak dissing LOI the show or Tone Groove and Jay Nobles, nigga, that's you're dissing me. You know what I'm saying? Everything is all together. You know what I'm saying? So even in as many conversations as I see that might be had on Twitter Spaces where you try to separate me out, I'm taking them just as offensively, whether I'm expressing that or not. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that needs to be stressed and reminded to everybody out there when they do try to play this. AJ's different from these two niggas. No, nigga, if you talk shit about them, nigga, I'm taking it just as personal. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was about me or not, I'm gonna treat you accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna treat you like you said it to me. So that's something that I think I think y'all niggas need to hear, because it just seems like maybe you have the understanding of if I hear you talk shit about them, that I'll be like, maybe at some point I'll join in. That's never gonna happen. It'll never happen. Literally never. Like, and the amount of work that myself and White Man put in behind the scenes is something that we know. It's for a reason. It's something that we know we're doing. We're not building up an individual businesses. We're building multiple businesses at one time. Right. So bringing LOI the show and having Homeroom University and everything, all of that is something that's not going to change. That's something that as we've come together and gotten to know each other, we realize this is what we want to carry. Whether that means Monday through Friday, if I get more opportunities than the other people that you see on camera, that doesn't matter, because I'm still coming home to home base. That's because that's the most important thing.
But AJ, hold up another thing. Nigga, before you came to us, we was working and hustling and doing our thing to where you was like, I want these guys on my team.
That's a whole fact.
So it's like for you to think and it's not like hold up. For you to think and say that like me and my brother isn't putting in work, blasphemous. Nigga, you're stupid as fuck and you're a flea-mongering fool, nigga.
Nigga, we're working harder than your metabolism.
We're working harder than your fucking hairline.
The only reason we entertained y'all is because of how hard y'all were working before you even came in.
And then you met us, it was like, oh shit, these niggas funny, kind of talented.
Then I said it makes sense.
Oh shit, you got here. Oh,
that
shit,
was the only reason. It's been 101 niggas that we've encountered that have wanted to be a part, have blatantly straight up asked, can we be a part of Menace Material and things of that nature? And it's always gone unnoticed. Like y'all, you know what I'm saying? So
and it's just one of those things where it's like, look, man, you can say what you want, but my hustle, man, my hustle. And you're not gonna just sit here and like try to diminish what niggas is doing, what niggas has done, because of your insecurity, Danny. You're insecure, bro.
That's all that happened, bro. He got tricked out of his position. He started to feel uncomfortable about who he is and who we are.
Because I think what maybe happened, he thought because he did some whole shit and not tell us like, yo, I'm thinking of some shit to do with AJ. Yeah. We had to wait. Flacco told us in LA before Danny even had the guts to be like, yo, this is what I'm thinking. You know, Danny
another
got a lot
nigga
of across the globe had to tell us.
Danny got nothing.
Maybe after that he was like, oh, and then he heard Groove and me say a little joke about him, like, oh, maybe they feel some type of way about me. Maybe Tony and Jay don't really like me.
And because that was a point he kept harping on in his video.
This is something that I wanted to say too, like that I've also realized from the first time I met Danny or when we had our interaction, is I've noticed that he does not take y'all jokes well at all.
Never have. You've always had him.
He's never taken y'all jokes. And I started watching old videos.
Remind him of his childhood.
And I've noticed like he's never taken y'all jokes.
Never like laughed
lightly.
He's never been around niggas like us. He's never had friends like us. He's probably never had a friend group to where he had to feel bad for a couple of days because something was said about him that was so hurtful.
Right.
But he still had to.
But you're still my nigga though.
But muster up the courage to like come back the next day and fight for your fucking
fight for your life.
Right.
That's probably why you don't work well with niggas.
Because possibly, and there's more than one instance when it was like when y'all would make a joke. Y'all have never, even with the level that I fuck with Danny at, or that I fuck with Danny at, y'all have never made a jokes or went in on him to where I was like, all right, chill.
Never.
Because y'all never taken it there because I know y'all humor and stuff. But there's been moments when we've spoken on Danny or something like that. He'll be like, man, I don't think they like me. I'm like, bro, they fuck with you. Like, you don't even understand. These niggas fuck with you heavy.
But that's part of the jokes.
They don't halfway fuck with you. They all the way fuck with you.
Nigga.
Like what the jokes that you get, me and Lauren have gotten them times 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What happened to you? What happens to you every time you walk in here?
Right.
Nigga?
So it's like that's one thing that needs to be also stated is that I don't think he's ever felt comfortable with how y'all joke on him, and he's always taken it as these people actually don't like me.
Insecure
that
men
makes so much more
insecure
sense.
men needs to be around people that make them feel comfortable in all aspects of life.
A little bit of social, like a little lack of awareness on the social level, just a little bit,
bro. Because it's like we've said jokes, but Lauren, we've never went in. You know what I mean?
No, y'all not.
We've never really because there's a
No.
line, and I know exactly how to cross that motherfucker.
That goes back to the whole thing where you say like he doesn't like to work with people. I think it's more of a social thing, right? So it's like it's like he's a very pointed.
It's a certain level of social disconnect.
Yeah, he's a pointed individual who can take in information and regurgitate it in a certain way and put it together. But he's trying to break that shell now with the podcast and becoming more social.
Off of that,
but because he doesn't have those skills already, the things that have been said and certain things may be internalized a certain way. He doesn't know how to operate.
He's socially awkward, and that's why Joe Budden is scared of him. But what was you about to say?
I was about to say something about him not having friends to teach him a sense of humor, but I think I just said it. So fuck it.
I agree, nigga.
Yeah.
Look, this whole thing, and again,
what y'all are saying that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Outside of attacking his character or anything, not character, but the thing, like, what are the main points that he said just now that we want to like clear up, rebut, or whatever? Like, what are the main things?
Somewhere in the middle of that, there was an alleged. Somebody said something along the lines of like, there's allegedly some inner turmoil over there.
I don't know what that was.
I don't even know what whisper that. F-Mac couldn't even like lie and go leak that to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he wouldn't even have nothing to like.
Yeah, you can't even pay for that information.
He's like, yo, Tone Groove secretly don't like AJ cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck didn't know that? That's not, you know.
Yeah.
But this is all. It
is weird, and I understand there's a lot of speculation from the outside, but this is my biggest issue with everything. Is that, nigga, you know me. You know me. You have my phone number. We've talked, text, we've collaborated. Like, we've done a lot of things, and it's I don't like when there's certain things that I've never told him that's nobody's business in terms of like percentages and stuff like that. You know, that's a feeding, because that's nobody's business but the people in this room. You know what I'm saying?
Especially not a hoe ass nigga like this.
Right.
He's a hoe ass nigga.
But let me finish. But so it's like the issue that I have is allowing the conversation, because you know so much, allowing the conversation in these public spaces to go this far without any sort of interjection. Right. I have a serious issue with that. So it's like,
when you're cool, when you know way more than the average person, and it's like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, don't be kicking with the peanut gallery. That's the peanut gallery. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you on spaces and shit, you kicking with the peanut gallery, bro. Me and you and Flacco came together to do a show because we knew that was gonna be a good move for all of us. Period. You know what I'm saying? I had hesitations. I had reservations, and you came to me twice. And I respect you for coming to me twice, and we have respect for each other. At least I assume we have respect for each other. I don't know about my level of respect. I feel like was crossed on your end when you started doing this in public. Like, you can't just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And anytime that you have thrown little jabs at them, they've returned fire and still kept it light, and it was even. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never let them, and they never have. It's not like I have to allow them to do it. They've never like just called an ISO and was like, fuck this nigga Danny on the show. That's never happened on this show or LOI the show. But it's like, that shit don't even happen in private.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't even happen in private. I don't fuck with the level that you allow certain things, narratives to be spun and things to be going when you know what the actual truth is. You know what I mean? And it's like, just y'all already heard going back to the thing with the whole insecurity about like him taking it away and like this whole it's a mall effect. Like they might have the mall effect. They've never built nothing. None of that shit is actually valid if you see the back end. Like, sure, everybody does a lot of things. I do a lot of things on the back end, but that's just not the reality. That's not the reality. Yeah.
Even like comparing us, the Rory and Mal situation to Joe Budden.
Real quick, let me just finish this point.
Okay.
And that goes back to when I was saying, like, when sometimes I remember when Rory first got in that space. That's also the Rory space. When he called me and said, "Rory's talking about you," the spaces. That was a point that was brought up. Even when I said that, I said, "Danny set me up. It's all good though." It wasn't that big of a deal because one, I didn't look at you differently because of that. Because of one, I didn't have to join. Mm-hmm. I could have got that text message and just said, "Fuck it." I shouldn't actually have joined because if my dad was in town, I was spending time with him. So I should not have done that. So I'm not putting no blame on you saying this nigga set me up. He did some grimy shit to me when I could have just easily just listened to niggas talking about us. You know what I mean? Like I never put that blame on you. So if you felt like that, I don't know, you shouldn't feel like that because I never even harped in on that on the episode that we covered Rory talking about us that first time. But one of the things that I didn't like that I did hear on like, I don't like when I don't like how you niggas be copping pleas to these fucking niggas with a little bit of clout. And that's you, Danny. Like, I don't like that shit. Like, yeah, it's cool to be cool with niggas, but don't drop to your knees for these niggas either. Like,
goddamn,
in the
Danny.
beginning of that,
keep your tongue in your mouth.
Yeah, like in the beginning of that conversation when Rory first got on stage, I just remember how quick you were just so quick to agree with the nigga because he was like, I don't like them because Rory saying this. Yeah. I don't like them because they be changing their opinion. You were so quick to say, I agree with that.
Because they're so inconsistent and they talk with so much conviction about shit and then change their opinion in 2 seconds.
I agree with that.
And that part rang so loud to me because I'm like, first of all, me and Danny, we have the type of relationship to where it's like, nigga, tell me if my content has fallen off. Tell me if there's areas that like we've always been
trying to build.
We've always been trying to build, and it's not just
friends.
We were friends, bro. Yeah, so it's like I never had a relationship with Danny to where it was like I can see him doing goofy shit with his content over and over again, and I wouldn't say, bro, you should probably not do that. That's the same relationship that I have with Poetic Flacco, which is why I fuck with Flacco. Like, which is also why I fucked with Danny, is because not only do we have platforms and we're people that are like trying to produce good content, it was the fact that we critiqued each other behind the scenes. You critiquing me in front of a bunch of fucking niggas that ain't got shit going on, and then when another nigga like when a nigga like Rory jump up there, you just so quick to say, yeah, I agree with you. Nigga, what was that about? So now I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Like, have you just been like just reserving your thoughts, or like when it seemed like we had that even back and forth in relationship this whole time, and then now this the talk FNF nigga, yeah, I fuck with the nigga. I don't fuck with the nigga like that. Like, I only fuck with him because you fuck with him because of the strength that I fuck with you at. So if it's somebody that you thought was good enough to do content with, that's why I fuck with the nigga. Even though the first time I really watched him is him kicking his back in, I didn't say, I'm never no fuck.
Yeah,
FNF.
it wasn't fuck FNF.
It wasn't no fuck talk FNF. And all this other shit. But then I hear you on Spaces and you over here. The FNF nigga got a battery in his back. That's fine. This is the most clout he's like. He's just excited to be here.
That's
like,
what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, like the niggas,
gold retrievers get happy.
Yeah,
exactly.
like Talk FNF is just happy to be here and be mentioned right now. You know what I'm saying? But when I hear the nigga over there talking about, yeah, nigga, we got more in the chamber too. Like, we haven't said everything. I got more in the chamber. Like, what the fuck have you been doing? Like,
right, because now it's no longer critique.
Like, bro, what have you been doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what? Why is he allowed? No nigga that I've ever done a collab with can talk like that about you because I've never done that with a nigga like that. You know, because
that's goofy weirdo shit.
Exactly, because I've never. Poetic Flacco can't just like jump on a Twitter stream and be like, shit, dude, me and AJ got some shit loaded for you, Danny. He can't say that because I've been
not there.
Because I don't do that. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Because
and I don't even know if you do that, but just history tells me with niggas when they talk like that, that has been done.
But AJ,
you know what I'm saying?
we're talking about Danny. We're talking about a man who I don't believe is emotionally stable. And he's smart. He's smart enough to know he's emotionally unstable, but not smart enough to fix it. Because a real man would have just been like, "Hey Jay, give me Tony J number so I can see if they don't fuck with me."
Right.
Or he would just would have
Give me Tony J number to see if I don't fuck
He
with me.
has
But the
asked
thing
me.
is,
He
he-
has asked me. He just does not believe my answer.
But the fact that he even
But
has
then he
to
would've-
ask,
But that's
why you-
all this boils down to the nigga being a recluse. I almost didn't say
Yeah.
the word right
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I got so many fucking friends. But the nigga, like the fact Flacco will make a joke about Flacco and he can understand it.
He understands.
He knows
Yes.
where it's coming from. When we see
All
the
of us
nigga
have
in
gone
person,
harder. All of us have gone harder on Flacco, and Flacco calls niggas. It fucks with it heavy.
Way
you know?
harder.
Yeah, and he never took it personally.
it's just a certain sense of like
It's just a certain level
it's
of
certain
things that are
lessons.
being.
It's certain lessons that you got to learn when you a kid, dog. Because if you don't pick that shit up, then when you an adult, you gonna be weird.
Yeah.
you just gonna be different.
And him stressing how much he doesn't like working with people. This all could be.
It's because he didn't
It's
get
all,
the
it could all be a culmination of that.
he has
for
the
sure.
social skills of a house cat.
Yeah.
No, house cats
He's
have
like-
more personality than this nigga. He has maybe a chameleon. Don't talk, just lick bugs, nigga. Go
Because
lick a fly.
The thing is, he can't like. There's no. It's just. I don't know why I didn't see it before, but like, there's nothing firm. Pause.
Yeah.
About where Danny comes from. It's not like he's standing on this and he'll die on that shit.
So if you were to
whoever's
have
in the room is his best friend.
Yeah.
He's gonna dap
Right.
up whoever's in the
I
room.
don't like that shit.
Right,
And especially if that nigga got a little buzz or got something going on,
I
he's
don't
an
like that
important
shit,
figure,
bro. Right.
he's gonna
Nigga,
be
I
his
went back.
friend.
I went back to our old video, bro, when it's Danny from the stop gets betrayed by Big Loon. This nigga Big Loon was talking crazy to him, bro. This nigga is still being polite to niggas that have disrespected you. I don't like that shit. Like,
Yeah.
especially in
Real disrespect.
Yeah, and real disrespect. And that's not even. And that's just like on some homeboy shit. Like,
Yeah.
because I fuck with you. Even if white man tries to take disrespect from a nigga, I'm not going for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going for their homeboy being disrespected. And it's like, it hurts your friend to see that shit where you're like, what the fuck is this bitch ass nigga? Why are you talking to my nigga like that? You
Yeah.
got issues with me now. You
Nigga,
know what I
that's
mean? Like,
my job. I'm supposed to disrespect my friends.
yeah, bro. So, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
but for real though, we supposed to fuck around like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I just don't like that in these Twitter spaces. And mind you, there's a certain etiquette to these Twitter spaces. Yeah, it's cool. That's why I shit on Twitter spaces, and not all of them, but majority of them. Danny has the best ones, but that's why I don't play around in there, because there's never enough control, and there's too much leeway given. Like, if somebody does with some notoriety come up there,
It's over.
that's fine. Let them come up there. But once them peanut galleries start adding their 2 cents, doing
Man,
this
it'd be a
overclap,
lot.
mute these fuck
It'd
niggas
be a
and
lot,
get
bro.
them off the stage, because they're fucking up the entire conversation. Like, there's things that we can make these more productive, but you have to be more firm on standing on business with these other niggas. These niggas that just want to get these weak ass jokes off that throw the person off that we're trying to interview
Wake it up, all that shit.
Yeah, just all this extra shit. Mute these niggas, get them the fuck up out the way. Call an ISO on this conversation so that we can have a more productive convo. But I'm not jumping up on, like, that's why I talk shit about spaces, and I'm continue to talk shit about spaces until there's more order in there. That's why I don't like it's. But unless that's the format, if that's the format, that's the format. That's why Whack 100 it does so well on Clubhouse, nigga.
Yeah.
It's just fucking. It's a banana zoo. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy.
Banana zoo.
Like,
That
it's
might be the name of this episode.
right. It's
Banana
fucking,
zoo.
Right. It's fucking crazy up there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. It's just like, I will just say, like, for me, and look, I still don't have no problems with this nigga. I still don't have no problems with you,
It's
Danny.
really no
I
real
don't have
issue.
no issues with you. But the issues that I do have is you talking to the peanut gallery about me, and then, like, trying to consistently frame this thing to where, like, and spin these narratives like where these niggas are insecure, and it's like, but you've asked me, do they not fuck with me?
Right.
These niggas would tell me straight up if they didn't fuck with you, and they would also. This is the thing. These niggas are not about to play like they fuck with you on camera. If they didn't fuck with you and I was bigging you up, they just wouldn't say shit. They wouldn't.
I would fuck with you for bigging them up.
You would fuck with me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not
Like
like
a friend.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. They wouldn't they're not gonna like lie to themselves or lie on camera like they don't fuck with you. You have to be able to take their jokes, and they're not even that bad. Everybody, all of us agree these niggas are hilarious.
The
bro.
nigga
Like,
you want to meet gets him.
Yeah.
Just think about that. The nigga he wants to meet gets him all the time.
They still
Yeah.
never met face to face.
No.
I'd be insecure too, nigga. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
I just think it's fucking I just think it's like weird. I just didn't like that whole you going on this fucking campaign and shit like
And it's just
with the sneak
wishy-washy.
disses and all this
And my
other
thing
shit
is-
when it's like, bro, relax, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, mind you, this could always happen. I could just say it's not like I haven't seen this before, right? You know what I'm saying?
Wishy-washy shit. That,
Yeah.
But at
that's
the
what
same
hurts me the
time-
most about it. Is like you're not even being a man about this shit.
Yeah.
Like it's different if you just standing on it like you really gonna be a man about it. But every time he talks about it, it's all
Nigga, the plan. This was the plan. I mean, I wasn't gonna. Niggas weren't gonna address you at all. Like,
yeah, we're just gonna let you be stupid in silence.
We're just gonna let you like hang out and dry. And I'm putting this behind Patreon. Like, niggas gonna have to pay for this shit. They're paying for this section of the pod. I'm gonna give them a nice hot moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna give them a nice little hot moment.
They deserve it.
And you can come to Patreon to pay for this because it's like we weren't gonna address. I was gonna let you dry out, and because I figured you would reach out to me. I was gonna let you just rock and do your thing. It's whatever. You kicking my homies back in. You haven't really crossed the line. I'm gonna let you live right now. But don't get on niggas get on spaces and lose themselves.
And
You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
thing, right?
I know you.
But-
So I was trying to just live. I was trying to give you time to get your content off, dry out, whatever. Holla at me, bro. You know what I'm saying? But and then depending on how you move, nigga, I was gonna do a full kick your back in with these niggas at the end of the year probably. But like now that it's just it keeps going and all this other shit.
It's literally
Now that,
like 7 content pieces.
yeah, it's like
I don't even want to kick his back in no more. That
I
probably
don't-
fixes.
it's not
That
point.
probably fixes fucking posture.
When the video was-
it's no point now, and it's like this is done now. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's just done.
it's just done, bro. And I was just gonna chill, bro. I was just gonna slowly
Danny,
fade
we
away.
liked you.
That's it, bro.
Like, nigga, we liked you at one point.
You might have to put this on a real pod. You might have to put this on a real pod. The boy might have to see this shit because from where I stand now, I don't give a fuck about ever mentioning Danny's name again.
Yeah, honestly, what really
Like we might
what's
have to really put that shit to rest.
What's,
like,
Yeah.
just
what's really
out there.
like hurts me like as a man is like, nigga, if you have a problem with a nigga, you can text this nigga. You know what I mean? Like if he genuinely wanted to know how we felt about him, he could have just been like, AJ, give me the number.
And he's also asked more than once. That's another thing.
And that's what really makes me go like, Danny, I can't even look at you the same, my nigga. I genuinely can't. Like you are from here on out a whole nigga. Like that's whole nigga
And
shit.
you know what we did wrong? We called a nigga a friend that we never dapped.
Exactly.
We called a
We
nigga,
are stupid.
There's something about like when you can really like just like you can just tell.
Shoulder to shoulder though.
You can feel it.
Shoulder to shoulder though.
And it's like, you know, I didn't know that your dap wasn't firm. Nigga.
But now
We
I
never
do
did it.
concur
It's
that
just
statement. This might have to just go on the public because it's like, just so you know, because we're doing you a favor. We're not gonna like hide it behind a paywall or some nigga that's you're only talking to. No, we're gonna talk to you, nigga.
I feel like these niggas should have to pay for it.
I feel you, but it's like
I really do, bro.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
let's just-
because
Yeah.
The reason I
we'll
feel
talk
like they
about
should
it
have to
later.
pay for it, I'm gonna just throw this out there. The reason I feel like they should have to pay for it is just because, like,
Because I see what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying? Just because it's like I already didn't want to put this out there because I was trying to give the nigga time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was trying to give him time to go through whatever. Stop letting these fuck niggas gas you up, nigga. These niggas don't fuck with you. Mind you, I invited Danny to stay in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like
Crazy.
Like I fucked with this nigga. I didn't halfway fuck with Danny. I said, Danny, when we upgrade the studio, nigga, when you come through, fuck a hotel. I got a guest bedroom.
you might have to say that again, AJ.
Yeah,
Niggas don't understand.
That's
dog.
what I'm saying. You know
Niggas
what I mean?
don't understand,
like,
bro.
so I just don't like when.
I've never even slept here.
Yeah, come on. I just don't like when niggas get on stage. You could though. You always could.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But
I
still,
just don't
it's
like. I just don't like when certain niggas get on stage and they just act different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot fuck with a nigga. It's different. Like, I cannot fuck with a nigga, but I can respect somebody, right? I cannot like the Rory and Maul podcast. Rory, I let him get his shit off. Rory apologized a week later. Let's not forget that too. He apologized a week later. We exchanged numbers, and I have respect for Rory as a man and as a businessman, 1,000%. I don't have to watch his podcast every week, but just because somebody gets on stage and they start kicking or wanted to comment on you, let that call an ISO on that nigga. Don't be jumping on that nigga's back or fucking oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm with that. Or even like Big Loon or whatever like that. And when Jameson was putting 10 toes down, Jameson doesn't know he stops too soon. Like he loses himself too fast. He should wait longer. But it's like
And a lot of that is spaces.
but even because, and you have to be mindful, bro, to move these pieces around. Like,
not a great moderator on that.
Yeah, it's like it's okay to send Jameson to the ground and then articulate, because at this point Sloth has respect for you after he disrespected you, you know. But now that he has respect for you, to be like, but to Jameson's point, like, do you have anything that you do want to say about these things? You know, you can still follow up and ask hard questions without just saying straight up, oh man, you know, with Jameson, you know, he just does too much sometimes, and I really respect Loon. That nigga does not respect you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
And mind you, and
Not on that level.
and then one last thing too is like, don't let the beef that you have for Joe Budden, don't take that shit out on me or anybody on the Menace material. Because whatever issue that you have with Joe Budden, even if you did feel like this, because he also said in a recent Twitter space, I was gonna make this video around the time that they did it, but I was gonna look like a jealous hater coming off.
Yeah,
But it still looks like that 8 months later. It doesn't. It doesn't even matter. It looks worse. Almost.
worse.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost
Fucking
better to do
fool.
it fresh, right? But okay, I can understand you might have felt like that, bro. But that's not the relationship. Me and you, I have the relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the relationship and the animosity you have for Joe Budden, don't take that shit out on me, nigga. I didn't do fucking shit to you, and I've never done shit to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I have a hard time respecting that too. Like, you even just taking digs at me, or if you taking digs at anything on the Menace material, nigga, it's at me. Period. Like, let me make sure I remind all of you niggas, I don't fuck with none of you niggas, none of you podcast niggas, none of you Twitter space niggas. I really don't give a fuck about none of you. If you're not Menace Material Entertainment, fuck you. Period. I respect you, but fuck you. Like, if there's certain niggas I don't respect, that's Big Sloth. He can eat a dick. But outside of that, if it's not Menace Material Entertainment, I really don't fuck with you niggas like that. Period. I can respect the shit out of you. We can do a podcast. We dap up and we go home. But don't play with nothing under this flag, bruh. That's period.
Nigga, this shit is stupid.
Look, like I said, man,
You just said it perfectly.
this comes from a
don't like that
deep-rooted
shit.
level of insecurity.
Let me get some water.
And
yeah, literally.
Danny has character
Some
issues.
Menace material water, nigga. Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, man.
But nah,
Danny's
real
weird,
shit. Oh,
man.
headphones. Shit. You gotta be like
This
Kelpie,
nigga
nigga.
Danny has ate a couple bugs before.
Yeah, no, but they were force fed to him.
Yeah.
Because the people that he thought were his friends were really just trying to fuck with
When
him.
a flea sees this nigga Danny, he just salutes. I see my brethren. It's ugly fucking
It's not
nigga.
even.
Nah,
Like
it
literally
is- it
everything
is-
that we had to say has been said.
Yeah, it's primarily principled, like natured, how you operate amongst people, like human beings, and people that you are cordial and understand and know. You know what I'm saying? Like there's ways to come across with that type of thing. And then also, like you said, the biggest thing is like, it's not even like it's one thing to critique somebody, you know, even. It's another thing to allow other stories to form when you're a part of a conversation without checking it when you know the real. Like all that shit you was saying, like that shit's annoying. It's like,
And
it's like you're gonna
sucks.
partake in the bullshit too.
It sucks,
You know what I
Lauren,
mean?
because I feel like I've held back on Danny at certain points.
You
Like
have.
even when he was wrong,
You have.
even when he was like being a little bit too groupie-ish, I was like, I felt like I held back out
it's-
of respect.
You
know
pulled
what I
your
mean?
punches
Yeah.
because that was a nigga you was cool with.
And it's not even like I'm
And
not
then
with
he
some,
said that we do that with Joe, which is like,
Yeah.
nigga, I've done that with you.
And then it's not even like, I remember the Rory clip when the first time we ever covered Danny on this channel. And I talked to him. I said, I would have said, fuck it and just release it anyway. Like, don't feel guilty about it. Just stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fuck Rory over. He'll get over it. Maybe not. But I said, it's okay. Whatever. Like, you don't know this nigga. You can continue to make you know what I mean? Like, it's just whatever. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, but it's just, yeah, if I had that relationship with you, you know what I'm saying, and then just kikiing and talking to the peanut gallery, I'm not with none of that shit, bro. And it's just like I just chilled. I'm not trying to do the whole thing, but anything up underneath Menace material, bro, just make your video about it. Don't be kikiing with niggas. Like it only.
Nope.
Anybody could have made a kick my back end video or kick our back end video. Anybody could have. It's just different when it's coming from a nigga that you have invited to stay at your crib before.
It's different.
That's
Yeah,
just
it's
different.
And it should be different.
Especially when it's not under like any true real pretenses. Like there's
not no
nothing
real
that's
pretenses.
there's
real.
nothing that's really there for you to do that too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If niggas fucked over and did some dumb shit, make your video. Makes
Yeah.
sense. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
literally.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
just let
Like,
it rock.
It's
you know
not
what I'm
my
saying?
fault that you was the nigga with cooties in third grade nobody sat with.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't fix that.
But you have to be careful if you're just laying jokes. You got nothing to say. You're making this point. I say if you're just joking and that's all you got to say, you're making this point. Be careful.
I don't give a fuck about making any point for Danny, nigga.
But yeah, this is a great learning lesson. It's just a great learning lesson,
man. You know, there's only I got Flacco left.
Shout out Flacco.
I got Matt from What's the Dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
These are my last two content friends, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is we could do a collab, but just know the side is there are no sides, nigga. It's just what it is. Like
Flacco, the only nigga I can eat Korean barbecue with.
Yeah, dog.
And it's just
Podcast
crazy how
shit.
like Flacco was more realer than Danny. Not to say anything bad about Flacco, I just respected Danny at a certain point.
It's just the last thing you
what the
expected.
fuck?
You put them in the same bracket of real.
Yeah.
But it's just like to see that Flacco is like light years ahead of a nigga, which is crazy because he don't look like he can win
Light
any
years.
race.
Flacco is fast as shit. That race that he had with Gina,
He
that
was
nigga,
moving
that
low
nigga
key.
was moving,
I've never
bro.
seen a nigga that big move
Yeah,
that
that
way.
nigga
You know
was
what I'm saying?
moving.
Like, yeah,
He was moving faster than all of us would expect.
He's a
Yeah.
nimble motherfucker
He was,
for his size.
For his size, for
The
sure. For
motherfucking
sure.
feet was shuffling, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprised he could bend his knees.
Oh man, I didn't know that it was going there, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't believe that. Wherever, whoever seeing this nigga, I can't believe Danny.
A lot of them gonna see it, and y'all gonna pay.
But yeah,